some conservative politicians. I'm thinking of Trump. I'm thinking of Viktor Orban in Hungary. I'm thinking of Giorgia Meloni in Italy. You know I love her. They're the kinds of politicians who run, and they don't just say the same old platitudes. They say, no, this is rigged. I know it's rigged. I've seen it be rigged. Trump famously would say, I know the system is totally corrupt because I've used it to my advantage. Yeah, I used to donate to Democrats because I'd grease the wheels and I'd buy them off. You're right. That's what happens in this form of government. So Giorgia Meloni just did this. Giorgia Meloni just put the rest of the EU, specifically France, on blast on their ridiculous arguments for why they've got to flood Europe with foreigners. Here's her argument. I'll translate. This is called the CFA franc. It's a type of colonial currency that France prints for African countries. And it applies seigniorage to these countries, and it allows them to take the exports of the countries. This is a child. She's holding up a picture. This is a child who works in a gold mine in Burkina Faso. It's one of the poorest countries in the world. France prints colonial money for Burkina Faso. In return, they demand 50% of everything that Burkina Faso exports. The gold that this child goes down to pull up mostly ends up in the French state. So the solution here is not to take Africans and bring them to Europe. The solution is to liberate Africa from the Europeans who are exploiting it and allow these people to keep what they have and live on what they have. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. You can see here not only a good political end in sight, which is to stop the mass migration to Europe, which the European people rightly don't like because it's lawless and it's unsustainable and it will deprive them of their own culture. If you just flood a country with new people and you don't assimilate those people in any way, which it's not even possible in the amount of time that these people are coming in, then you destroy your own culture. And so the way she's doing it, though, is she's making an argument that will be appealing to a broad array of people. She's not saying those awful Africans, we hate those Africans, don't let those Africans come in. She's saying the arguments that France is making are preposterous. France is making the argument that we need to take in all these Africans. And by the way, the Africans are mostly going to places like Italy. They're going to these first ports at Lampedusa and these kind of places where they first come to. And she says, but you're making the argument that we need to take these people in because their countries are so poor. But you, France, you're looting those countries. You're exploiting those people. And you are profiting yourself. And then you want other people to pick up the tab. And that's so often what happens. That's what happens here with our woke corporations. Our woke corporations will flood the country with illegal aliens. They will encourage, it's not just the Democrats encouraging illegal immigration. It's these corporations. It's the Chamber of Commerce too, because they know that it will give them cheap labor. And it will reduce the costs of labor. And then all the externalities, all of the costs that go along, cultural, political, financial costs that go along with illegal immigration, crime, these companies say, okay, everyone else has to deal with it. It really ends up being pretty simple. It is a consequence of turning politics away from the common good of the whole nation to provide for the general welfare, to think of us as a community, as the United States of America, toward an entirely selfish view of politics, which we obviously see on the left. The left's new moral maxim, it's been their moral maxim now for 60, 70 years, is if it feels good, do it. If I want to do it, then I'm going to do it. You do you, fine. But people on the right have done this too. This is the right's adoption of greed is good. There's no such thing as the common good, the virtue of selfishness, nonsense. It's the left and the right both doing that. And what's the effect of it? To rob the country of any sense of the common good, of any sense of commonality, of any sense that we're a country at all. Right now, head on over to EstablishedTitles.com/Knowles. Established Titles is your opportunity to earn the title of Lord or Lady and gain the respect you deserve. All you need is a 1 square foot plot of land in Scotland, okay? I had this problem where I thought, I'm just not getting the respect that is due to me, okay? People, they'd come up to me, they'd say, hey, Michael, hey, Mr. Mister, I want to be referred to as a laird or a lord, okay? There is this wonderful Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lords and ladies. Well, in your title pack, you will be bestowed with at least 1 square foot of dedicated land on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, plus an official certificate with a crest. Your certificate features a unique plot number with which you can see the exact location of your land. Title packs from Established Titles are a fun and unique gift for any occasion. There are a couple packs because you don't want to let your wife, just be some strumpet. You're a lord and then she's just some chick on the street. So you want her to be a lady as well. Established Titles told me that the first 200 people to purchase a title pack using my exclusive link will receive a plot within walking distance of mine. Depending on how many of you want to become a lord or a lady, we can begin to build our own kingdom. Established Titles is actually running a massive sale right now, and if you use code Knowles at checkout, you will get an additional 10% off. Go to establishedtitles.com/Knowles to get your gifts now and help support the channel. Adam Kinzinger, the allegedly male Liz Cheney, comes out, he goes on MSNBC and he whines and he whines and he says, this isn't the GOP. This is tribalism. It's all the same rhetoric from 7 years ago.
Why do you think more people don't feel that he crossed their red lines in the Republican Party?
Part of it's tribalism, right? The second, if one of them says, look, I've had enough with Donald Trump, you get kicked out of your tribe. Look, when I got elected, I remember I'd just gotten out of Iraq. This was 2009. I got elected in 2010. And I remember thinking, if I'm going to ask people to be willing to die for this country, and obviously I'm going to have to take votes on that, and I have to be willing to give up my career for the same cause. Now, that sounds innovative, but it's so true. We swear an oath to the Constitution, not because what we're going to do is easy, and not because I have to take a poll every time I vote on things like, should Donald Trump be impeached, and what does my district say? It's because my oath is not to my district. It's to the Constitution.
And there he is, valiant Adam Kinzinger, giving up his seat for the cause of our democracy and to fight that evil tribalism. First of all, Adam Kinzinger did not sacrifice his seat for anything noble. His district was erased because of redistricting in the state of Illinois. Okay. Now, maybe had Adam Kinzinger played his cards a little bit smarter and had a little bit more backbone politically, maybe he would have been able to remain viable in politics. But he didn't, and his district was erased, and now he's pretending to be a martyr when in fact he's not. But it's that first part that really gets me. Is there any stupider word in our current political discourse than tribalism? Yes, there is. The one stupider word is authoritarianism, because it doesn't mean anything. Because both sides accuse one another of being authoritarian, and by that they mean seeking to impose any vision on politics, which is just what politics is. That's just what self-government is. It doesn't mean anything. You think we should live according to the laws that you and your community believe in? How authoritarian? No, that's just called politics, man. That's just called self-government. So that might be the one word that's slightly dumber. But the second dumbest word is tribalism. It's all this tribalism. What do you think politics is? Do you think politics? This actually is probably why these people have a very skewed political view. Politics is a team sport. In order to do anything in politics, you have to have allies, and you have to have shared goals, and you have to have a division of labor, and you have to have a strategy, and you go and you work together and you get something done. That's politics. Politics means public. It doesn't mean personal. It doesn't mean you just do whatever you want individually all the time. It is tribal. And why are there political tribes? Well, largely because people have a shared view of the world. And if you believe that human life has value, then you're going to oppose abortion, and you're also going to oppose transing the kids. They don't seem like they're totally related, but they share basic premises about what human life is, who we are, where we come from. There are many more examples of that. Very often the political tribes that we are so quick to decry these days are very coherent tribes. It makes sense. It makes sense that the Democrats, who have no respect for our traditions, are happy to outsource our jobs, destroy our communities, obliterate the family, open up our borders, throw away our sovereignty, give it to international institutions. It makes sense. Frankly, we need more tribalism. We need clearer tribalism, at least on the right, because you've got good tribalism on the left. You've got effective tribalism on the left. That's why the left is much more effective at wielding political power. The right needs to do that a little bit better. We're not going to do it. with these, parading drama queens like Adam Kinzinger, who do nothing but adore themselves on MSNBC all the time. Now, today's Music Monday, and I am told by my producers that we're listening to rap music today. Great. The rest of the show continues now. You do not want to miss it if you're not a member. Click the link in the description and join us.